Hello, my fellow workout nerds. What we're going to watch today is a cluster set of dumbbell skull crushers. So I actually got this I was inspired to do this from a Elite FTS bench press manual that was actually going over some old school or tricep exercises that they would use at Westside. So this protocol is 8 sets of 8 with 20 seconds rest in between sets. This is also my third week of doing this protocol, so I started using 25-pound dumbbells, starting out light to try to test it out, see how my elbows and triceps responded to it, then did 30s for the next week, and then this week I'm actually starting with 35s. So purposefully starting light because it was a protocol that I had never tried out before, and then progressing slowly to see how let my body actually be able to handle it and get the work done. So this week I've gotten to the point where I have to push really hard on this in order to get these done. You'll see, especially the last couple reps of each set, maybe from like set 4 on, really start to slow down. So I actually got 5 sets done with the 35-pound dumbbells, and then I got 3 sets done with the 30-pound dumbbells. Had to do a mini drop set in order to get the last 3 sets done. So this protocol is done towards the end of one of my upper body days. It's the second to last exercise that I have set up for the day. So now that I've done like my bigger compound movements first that are done a little bit more for, overall strength, I'm down towards the accessory movements done at the end of my workout in order to be very specific on local tissues and develop specific muscle groups so that I don't have any weak links in the chain. And these are done to develop overall muscle hypertrophy. Can definitely be used in like a bodybuilding program in order to hit triceps specifically and get a lot of work done for the triceps. Again, for me, for powerlifting, it's done a little bit more for the strength of individual muscles and to build tissue tolerance in those muscles to make sure that they're resilient and that they can handle the heavier loads and the fast loads that I actually want to do in other aspects of my training. So this type of training protocol would fall under the repetition effort method, which is the training method where we pick an exercise and then we work it very close to failure or possibly even past failure, using different types of protocols in order to stimulate those type 2 muscle fibers, again in this part specifically the triceps, but in order to develop that strength, power, and hypertrophy. So the Elite FTS or the bench press manual that I got this from or was inspired to do this from described this as a cluster set, which is also kind of a form of rest pause training. And so basically, for rest pause training, you do a certain number of reps within a certain proximity to failure or to failure. You take a certain amount of rest and then you continue. Not enough rest to fully recover from that effort, but just enough to be able to actually squeak out a couple more reps. And as you can see there, those were my last reps done with the 35-pound dumbbells. They were super slow, very fatiguing, very taxing. That was basically all I had with the 35. So now I'm grabbing the 30s to continue to get the rest of the work done. And so we're starting out pretty fast because I have, again, the dumbbells are now lighter, but they're going to catch up to me pretty quick still. So just like any other form of repetition effort training, we're stimulating those high threshold motor units, type 2 muscle fibers through the buildup of fatigue. So those last couple reps that were super slow for each set were really the more productive reps that are going to stimulate that hypertrophy and local strength gains. So now if those last couple slow reps are the ones that are actually maybe providing the most benefit, why don't I just start out a little bit heavier, maybe change the protocol up a little bit so I can just do way less reps in general, and I can maybe start out with some of those slower reps. And to that I say, first off, screw you, just let me live my life and let me do what I want. And second is that that's just another way to do it. Again, when it comes to stimulating local tissue and developing local muscular strength and hypertrophy, there are so many different ways to do it that they all work, that you can choose to do what you want to do, and I will choose to do what I want to do. I was inspired to try out this protocol from reading that Elite FTS bench press manual, which I highly recommend. Anything that they put out, anything Elite FTS does, you should go watch, read, listen to, doesn't matter, because they're awesome and I've gotten so much from them, and thank you so much. But like I said, I wanted to try out this protocol, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So to end on one final point, just remember, optimal is this magical fairy that doesn't actually exist, and if you spend all your time chasing it and trying to find it, you're gonna actually miss all of the gains and things that you can learn along the way. Yes, we can always have the discussion whether things are better or worse, but just remember there's 1,000 different inputs that you can give into the system or your body to get the same output. So go have a good day, try it out.